Meanwhile, terror groups are believed to be moving in to fish in the troubled waters of Myanmar. There are reports which state that Jaish-e-Muhammad chief Masood Azhar has called for action in Myanmar. Now, this comes even as massive protest rallies have been held in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh in support of the Rohingyas. Now, the Jaish call for action is the first by any terror group in the subcontinent against the brutal crackdown in Myanmar, which many have described as ethnic cleansing by the Myanmarese government. The reports also indicate that the terror groups like the lashkar-e-taiba have been training the Rohingya terrorists to take on the Myanmar government. So this is the latest in the developments concerning the Rohingya minority in Myanmar, now where terror group Jaish-e-Muhammad's chief Masood Azhar has called for some action in Myanmar over the Rohingya issue. And for more on this, we are joined in by our correspondent in Islamabad, Taha Siddiqui. Now, Taha, this is an interesting bit of a development that has been reported where Masood Azhar has called in for some action in Myanmar over the Rohingya issue.
Well, yes, this is basically from his weekly magazine called the Al-Qalam Online, which is basically published every week. And in that, the editorial of that magazine is written by Masood Azhar, supposedly, but he writes it under a pen name, so we do not have independent verification of whether it is him or not. But from sources within the JEM, Jaish-e-Muhammad, they say that the editorial is always written by him. And this time around, he has taken the issue of what is happening with Rohingya, and he's also criticized the West for calling the Buddhists as the Bin Laden of Buddhism, saying that he's talked about how Bin Laden was a brave soldier of Islam, and then he's called upon Muslims to sort of go and help the Rohingyas.
Generally, Jaish-e-Muhammad normally has always, restricted its activities to the Kashmir Valley. This is where it has always operated. But this call to try and go and help the Rohingyas is something which breaks from the past, because the Rohingya issue is not a new one. It's been going on for several decades now. So what has changed in terms of, let's put it this way, the strategy which the Jaish-e-Muhammad now wants to operate with?
Well, I mean, as far as Jaish-e-Muhammad is concerned, they are definitely focused, or sort of, they show more interest in the Kashmir issue. But their fighters have been in Afghanistan fighting the American, occupation, as they call it over there. They have been active within Pakistan. For example, in the early 2000s, some Jaish-e-Muhammad people were involved in attacks on General Musharraf. So in that sense, and then they have linkages to other terror groups which operate in Pakistan. And previously, we've seen that the Pakistani Taliban had also called out on the Myanmar government and the Pakistani government to do something about the Myanmar issue and the Rohingya issue. So in that sense, Jaish-e-Muhammad has always had these global aspirations, and from time and again they show that. So it's connected to that right now.
Right, Taha, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us from Islamabad and getting us those updates.